The 2016-17 Serie A season was a classic, as Juventus pipped Roma by 4 points to win a record 6th consecutive league title. But who were the 10 most highly valued players in the league according to Football Manager 2017? Let's find out. After originally joining on loan in 2015, Mo Salah was permanently signed by Roma for just €15 million. Over 2 seasons he established himself as one of the league's best wingers, scoring 29 Serie A goals. Just 2 years after arriving, Liverpool moved in and signed him for a deal worth up to £43 million. Retrospectively, not bad value at all. From a Premier League legend to a Serie A legend, Marek Hamsik. His Italian career actually began with Brescia in 2004. 3 years later, Napoli acquired him for around €5 million. He'd spend the next 12 years in southern Italy, scoring 100 league goals and winning 3 cups. In 2019, he eventually departed for Dalian Professional in China. He officially retired from football at the end of last season. Radja Nainggolan spent 5 seasons with Roma in Serie A. The 16-17 season was by far his most successful, as he played 53 matches and scored 14 goals. Despite being selected in the team of the season 4 times, the only trophy he'd win in Italy came with Inter Milan, when he won a Scudetto in 2021. In 2017, Leonardo Bonucci was the reigning Serie A Player of the Year. He joined Juventus in 2010 for €15 million, becoming a stalwart of their defence as they dominated Serie A. In 2023, he eventually left Turin to join Union Berlin in the Bundesliga. Our first player who's still active in Serie A, Sandro. He actually arrived in Italy from Porto for €26 million in 2015. Since then, he's gone on to play over 300 games for the Bianconeri, winning 10 trophies. In 2019, he played the full 90 minutes in the Copa America final as Brazil triumphed over Peru. To a 2016 Euro final winner, Joao Mario. Back on FM17, we find him with Inter Milan. He'd spent 3 years with the club, but remarkably he only managed 4 goals. Most recently, he's been playing back in his homeland with Sporting Lisbon and Benfica. Despite developing in the Barcelona academy, Mauro Icardi actually broke through with Sampdoria in Italy. His goal scoring there led Inter Milan to acquire him. During his time with the club, he was included in the Serie A Team of the Year twice, but couldn't win an elusive trophy with the club. After 124 goals, he eventually left the club to join Paris Saint-Germain. One of the best technical midfielders to grace Serie A over the last decade, Miralem Pjanic. He arrived in Italy with Roma after they signed him for €11 million. In his final season in the Italian capital, he scored 12 goals and established himself amongst the league's best players. Unsurprisingly, this didn't escape Juventus' attention, and they acquired him for €32 million. Currently, he's still playing for Sharjah in the UAE League. Our penultimate player, and with a more recent connection to Roma, Paulo Dybala. After developing with Instituto in Argentina's second division, Palermo signed him for €8 million. During 3 seasons in Sicily, he scored 21 goals and won promotion back to the top flight. Juventus once again saw his talent and brought him to Turin. He left in 2022 and has rediscovered some fine form with Roma. But let's move on to number 1. The most valuable Serie A player on FM17 is Gonzalo Higuain. His Serie A career began in 2014 with Napoli. He spent 3 seasons there, scoring 91 goals in 146 games. Juventus would then make him the most expensive South American footballer of all time when he joined for €90 million. In 2020, after dominating in Turin, he left European football altogether to join Inter Miami. Funnily enough, I actually saw him play against FC Dallas a couple of years ago. Little did they know they were going to sign an even more famous Argentine just a few years later. Despite it being just 7 years ago, it seems Serie A has changed a lot in that time. With 3 Italian teams making the quarter-finals of the Champions League last season, hopefully the league will continue to improve and challenge for major honours. Thank you for watching this video.